Hello and welcome to Odds on Bundesliga, match day 4. As always, we have Radek Vegas with us. This time, Radek, we were very close also to get another ACCA, but Leipzig disappointed us. How are you?
Yeah, hello. Nice to be back, and let's have an awesome game day 4. I think now we're getting more and more information, but it's not being easy in the Bundesliga. We've seen that there are no top teams anymore in the Bundesliga besides Bayern Munich. Borussia Dortmund lost against a new team, Werder Bremen, after leading 2-0 till the 89th minute. How can that be? Pre-last game day, Leverkusen lost against Augsburg at home, and now Leipzig lost against Union Berlin. So all Bayern opponents are beaten on the third or second game day already, and it's getting boring in Bundesliga, but we will find some interesting bets on this game day, I'm sure.
Exactly, it's gonna be boring for the title race for sure, but still exciting to play some bets. So guys, comment the video with us, remember to press the like and subscribe to our channel. And now let's analyze this fourth match day, starting on Friday with Freiburg. Bochum, you mentioned before, Leverkusen is the worst team in the Bundesliga, together with Bochum. Only these two teams have lost every single game. Bochum, this 0-7 against Bayern Munich, but also they lost against Hoffenheim and Mainz. And I guess, Radek, we should expect another defeat against Freiburg. You were very correct in your tip with Stuttgart. Freiburg were gonna win or at least not lose in Stuttgart, and they won, and Grifo scored again. Grifo, a striker that we liked a lot last season.
Yes, and Freiburg seems to continue their way to the international spots where they've been last season, and they might win against Bochum this game because they're playing at home. They're a great home team and they're great in form. But I don't like the odds on Freiburg here. They're only 1.5. That's too low. As I said, there are no favorites anymore in the Bundesliga. Even Dortmund, Leipzig, and Leverkusen are not able to beat some minor teams. So Freiburg, in my eyes, is never the favorite. I tell this often. And I only bet on Freiburg here if the odds would be above 1.9 or 1.8. And in this case, it's too dangerous to lose one unit only to win 50%. And what I like here is betting maybe on a draw, because we get high odds of 4.75. I would only risk a short amount of money here, because at the end, Freiburg is the favorite. And it should be a home win. In a tip game, I would say about 2-0 for Freiburg or something like that. But if it comes to betting, you always have to weigh your chances and your risk, and you have a lot of money to win if there's a draw. And it's not impossible, because one thing I always look at is on Oddspedia, you see the goal shots of both teams, and in this stats, Bochum is better than Freiburg, and I always say who shots can score, and it's a matter of time till Bochum starts to collect some points, and maybe this is the right place now. So I'm not touching a Freiburg win, but I also won't bet a lot on a draw here.
We have very good odds, for instance, for under 2.5 goals. In this case, is 2.4, given the fact that Bochum, they don't score many goals, and Freiburg, at least last season, we usually don't see many goals in their games. This season has been a little bit different, especially against Dortmund. And talking about Dortmund, Radek, Hertha Dortmund is our next game, with Dortmund favorites 1.77. You mentioned that crazy game against Werder Bremen where they were leading 2-0 until the last minutes, and they ended up losing. Is the first defeat of the season for Dortmund, and now they are traveling to the capital. Hertha is early days, but they are in danger, because only 1 point in 3 games. It looks like the same thing of as last season.
Yeah, and it seems that Hertha is even worse than last season when they had a good team, good players, but they didn't collect a lot of points. And at the end, they were really lucky to sign best coach ever, Felix Magath, to stay in the league. But now Magath is gone and Hertha is struggling again a lot. And Dortmund has to strike back. Everyone is now writing about the Dortmund crisis, but it was just one game and they were leading almost the whole game. So it's not really good what happened, but it's not that bad. So they won the first two games. They are still a great team, great players, and so on. And they have to strike back now. So I would expect Dortmund to win, at least with one goal in advantage. But not necessarily more, because all Dortmund games were close this season. They are not the great team like Bayern Munich, who beats everyone with 5 or 7 goals in this season. So yeah, Dortmund win, odds 1.7 around are okay. I would bet on a single bet here on Dortmund. If you are a Dortmund fan and you think that they will show a completely different face now in this game, another option could be Asian handicap -1 to raise the odds to around 2.4 or 2.5. and get your money back if they win only with one goal in advantage, and you win more if they win with 2 goals or more in advantage.
All right, the next game, Hoffenheim, Augsburg. The biggest surprise, apart from that defeat from Dortmund against Werder Bremen, was also the defeat, the shocking defeat, no, of Leverkusen against Hoffenheim, especially because it was a 0-3 with Kramaric, a striker that you like a lot, Radek, finding the net. Now Hoffenheim really favorite against Augsburg, but remember that Augsburg, for instance, they were able to beat Leverkusen away already this season.
Yeah, both teams beat Leverkusen in the last 2 games. Hoffenheim 3-0, Augsburg 2-1. So it's a kind of Leverkusen beating teams duel. But yeah, I'm kind of impressed of Hoffenheim. I think they improved their team really good, and now they are way better than last season. And you mentioned Kramaric, who only scored about 5 goals last season, seems to be back and finding the net. And that's the reason why I think Hoffenheim is the way better team here and should win the game at home. The odds of 1.5 are not great, but maybe we can combine this in a double bet with another odd around 1.4 or 1.5 to get a double bet with odds of 2 at the end. And in this case, I like the Hoffenheim win, and I also like maybe a double chance on Dortmund at Berlin, so that Dortmund is not losing this game, and we get odds of around 1.3 there, and together we have a double bet. But that's just beside. My real 𝐿𝐴CCA will follow at the end of this video.
Exactly. Before we have to analyze all the remaining games, for instance, Leipzig, Wolfsburg, 2 teams that they should be on the top of the table of this Bundesliga, but so far no victories, only 2 points for both of them. Both are really bad, Radek, but especially Leipzig, no, a team that we expected them to be close to Bayern Munich at this stage of the season.
Yeah, and I'm still disappointed of Leipzig, because I thought they will be much better than last season with a really great team with Timo Werner, who is one of the best strikers in Germany for some people. And his stats are undeniable good, and he misses a lot of chances, and he's not maybe the best technician, but at the end he scores a lot of goals, and that's why I think Leipzig has to be much better than in the first 3 games of the season. And on the other hand, Wolfsburg, still problems as they had last year. And I think Leipzig is, for sure here at home the favorite. The odds of 1.5 are still not good. And because Leipzig didn't show much in the first game, so it's too dangerous to bet on them, even if I think they might win. It's kind of unpredictable in this game because Leipzig didn't show much, and Wolfsburg has also the potential to make a draw or a point here. So very difficult game to bet on. If the odds on Leipzig would be higher, maybe that's an option, but not with 1.5.
Just as an idea, for instance, Wolfsburg have only scored 2 goals. Is one of the fewest tally, the lowest tally in this Bundesliga. The lowest one is Bayern Leverkusen, only scored 1 goal, no points, and now they are traveling to Mainz. And Mainz had a great start, 7 points, also following the great season they had last year, beating on the road against Augsburg, against Bochum, drawing at home against Union Berlin. And if we check the odds, Radek, still the bookies think that Leverkusen are the favorites for this game.
Yeah, but the odds are still very high on Leverkusen here. Mainz has about 2.7 as home team with 7 points after 3 games. Leverkusen has 2.5 around, which is very high in my eyes, because you have to watch which teams Mainz played. All lower teams in the standings like Bochum and other teams.
Augsburg,
Berlin. Yep. Not really the greatest teams in the Bundesliga. On the other hand, Leverkusen had to face Dortmund and Hoffenheim, which might seem tougher games. And so I think there's value because Leverkusen, after a horrible start in the season, has to make at least 1 point here. I think the odds are great. So I would say they will at least make a draw, maybe even win this game. The players of Leverkusen still are great, and they have the potential to be one of the best 4 teams in the league as they've been last year. And that's why I think Asian handicap 0 on Leverkusen is a great single bet. We get odds of 1.8 closely, depends on where you place your bet. Just compare at Oddspedia. And we have great chances to put Leverkusen also in an 𝐿𝐴𝐶𝐴. So keep this in mind, that I think Leverkusen is not going to lose this game, and now will start to step by step go up in the standings because they can't go down as last.
Next game, we have Schalke, Union Berlin. Schalke also following the strike of 2 seasons ago. No victories yet, 2 points, but it's true that they had a tough calendar, drawing against Wolfsburg or Gladbach, teams that are good, at least on paper, is not that bad. And now they are facing Union Berlin, one of the teams that started also really good this season with 7 points, beating Leipzig, beating Hertha, both at home. Away they were able to draw against Mainz. So perhaps, Radek, here is one of the matches where you could see a draw.
Not really, because I think the odds are in the favor of Union Berlin, because Union Berlin beat Leipzig on the last game day and is still great in collecting points and making the best out of the situation. And on the other hand, we have a new team like Schalke who hasn't won any game. So why should Union Berlin lose here? That's a great option to bet. Another Asian handicap 0 means draw, no bet, and we get the money back if there is a draw. The odds are 1.7 on Union Berlin. And that's pure value in my eyes, as they won't lose at Schalke, and if they lose, okay, I'm lucky for you because I know you like Schalke.
A draw. I was saying a draw. At least I'm not that confident about Schalke to win, but at least to get a draw. Your tip is Union Berlin Asian Handicap 1.7, and the game of the day on Saturday is Bayern Munich Gladbach, with the great start that you mentioned for Bayern Munich, 15 goals scored in these three first games, with Mané already top scorer of the competition. But be careful, they are facing Gladbach, also a great start for Gladbach. Radek, and I want to remind you what happened last season with Gladbach and Bayern Munich. Remember that Gladbach was able to win in the Allianz 1-2 and also knock out Bayern Munich in the Cup 5-0. Remember that?
Yeah, awesome. And respect for Gladbach. And if you watch the last 5 years, the games between Bayern and Gladbach even won more games against Bayern Munich than Bayern Munich. In 12 games, Gladbach won 6 and Bayern Munich only 5. And I think no other team achieved this, and no other team was able to beat Bayern Munich that often. So yeah, it might seem that Gladbach has a chance here. We have a top game, first in the standings with Bayern Munich against second in the standing, Gladbach. But I see it like the bookies. If you watch the odds, it's obvious that we have Bayern Munich in another dimension and another universe playing. They have odds of 1.3 winning the game, and that is low, but I think this is also the reality, as Bayern seems to be way better than last season when they lost 5-0 against Gladbach, and also the Bundesliga game against Gladbach. I think this home game, Bayern Munich will be focused. They know that Gladbach is improved. So they're 100% focused, and at the moment it seems to be impossible to beat Bayern Munich, and they have no players injured. They even seem to be better without Lewandowski, because everyone there can score goals. Sané, Mane, Müller, Coman, even Kimmich, and Musiala is also one of the best players in Germany. So yeah, Bayern is great, but it's not a great option to bet on them because the odds are too low. Betting on Gladbach, on the other hand, is kind of too dangerous, because I think at the end it will be a Bayern win. So I really don't see a good bet here.
Okay, you found value actually last match day in the Bochum Bayern Munich, betting on goals in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, and you were absolutely correct. But also the bookies expect many goals. I'm checking the goals market for this game, and we have to go for over 4.25 goals to find odds around 2.
Yeah, but I won't bet on the goal market here. Maybe on under, because the line of over 4.2 or 4.5 is really too insane. But the only thing I would bet here, just to make some gambling here, and the odds are high, I would bet that Gladbach is leading in the first half and Bayern Munich is turning the game and winning at the end. So this is a half-time, full-time bet, and on 2 in the first half and 1 in the second half, and we get odds of 19 at the moment. So a small amount on this to make it more fun to watch, and I would say maybe Gladbach can keep the game close, and this can be maybe an option if they have a good first half, but it's, to be honest, against the odds, because Bayern Munich had in every game so far a really awesome first half. So maybe this is another chance, betting on Bayern Munich just winning the first half. But there's really no great odd here. So just watch the game, enjoy, and hope the best.
Right.
Not betting on
Some options. Exactly. At least you have some options for this Bayern Gladbach. We still have two more games on Sunday. Cologne Stuttgart, with Cologne also starting well the season with 5 points. They have to play in the conference in Europe because they lost actually the first leg. So perhaps they put some effort into qualifying to the group stages of the Conference Cup. But anyway, they are favorites to beat Stuttgart because Stuttgart, same as last season, Radek, no victories for them yet in the first 3 games.
Yes, but we have a different situation. Last year, Stuttgart had a lot of injuries and missing players. And in this year, even if they didn't make a lot of points, they seem to be way better. And their results were really not bad because they made a point against Leipzig and they managed to draw against Werder Bremen, which Dortmund couldn't. And they only lost with 1 goal against Freiburg, where they were the better team the whole game, I think. And even Christian Streich, Freiburg's coach, was so sorry for Stuttgart that they didn't make a point or win this game because they were better. So the results are not really telling the truth, and Stuttgart seems to be way better than last season. But also Cologne is in great shape in the Bundesliga, didn't lose a game, drawing against Frankfurt and Leipzig as well, and winning against Schalke. So Cologne also is a great home team, great audience, and best motivator coach in the league with Steffen Baumgart. For sure, Cologne is a bit the favorite here, but at the end, I think Stuttgart also can make it close or maybe make a draw here. My favorite bet is on a draw with odds of 3.75. But I also see value on a double chance on Stuttgart not losing the game. We get odds of 1.77. So I think Stuttgart is good enough not losing the game. In the end, yeah, depends on their form at this day. Classical bet or classical game where everything can happen. And if everything can happen, the best thing is to bet on the highest odd. And this is a draw. So I like it.
Similar to the next one, I think, to the last one, high odds for both sides. Actually, exactly the same odds for Werder Bremen to win or Frankfurt to win. For the draw is 3.8. We should think, or at least at the beginning of the season, that Frankfurt is a better team, but they started really poorly the season with only 2 points. And Bremen, Werder Bremen, Radek, as a newly promoted team, so far, so good. 5 points, no defeats, and a lot of goals in every single game.
Yes, and this is a fresh wind from the north, and I like it because I didn't expect it. And Bremen seems to be way better than 2 years ago when they had to leave the first league. And now they're back with a bang, winning against Dortmund after 0-2 is really incredible, insane game and insane 6 minutes where they scored 3 goals. And yeah, you said it, in every Bremen game there were at least 2 goals for the other team. So also a chance here for Frankfurt to score. And you mentioned Frankfurt didn't do great, and I expect more of them. They have the players for beating Werder Bremen. They are not the underdog here. I think we also can expect maybe a lot of goals here. Let's have a look at the goal market. We get odds of 2.0, betting on over 3 goals. That seems to be a good bet in my eyes, as we've seen a lot of goals in the last Bremen games. But my favorite bet, to be honest, is because I see value on Frankfurt here. Betting on Frankfurt Asian handicap 0, that they don't lose the game. And I tell you why, because maybe you know, after games against Bayern Munich, if a team against Bayern Munich does great, they fell into a hole and they are not great in the next game. And I think we see that with Werder Bremen because they had a great, awesome game against Borussia Dortmund. And now everyone expects them to continue. And I think they can't. So, and on the other hand, Frankfurt has to show why they play in the Champions League this season and why they won the Europe League last season. And that's why the odds on Frankfurt are great, 1.95 on Asian Handicap 0. And this is one of my favorite bets. And we get back to this game. If you ask me what is my safe bet or sure bet on this game day.
Yeah, actually, before I ask you what is the safe bet for this game, although I can imagine which one it is, because I was checking the odds that we have in Oddspedia for betting in the Bundesliga, and all 6 games, so the 3 games that Frankfurt played and the 3 games that Werder Bremen played, so both teams to score. If I check the odds for both teams to score in this game, odds are around 1.5. Is this your safe bet for this match day, Radek?
No, not at all, because I only bet on both teams to score if the odds are above 1.7 or something like that. Getting odds of 1.5 on both teams to score is really no option, especially if you think there are goals. Both teams to score is always kind of an 𝐿𝐴CCA because you need both teams to score. That's why I prefer betting on over or under, because there you don't have to both teams to score. And that's why I really don't like this bet at low odds. I like this bet sometimes with high odds, but not in this case. And so it's way better to back up Frankfurt here. And we also get good odds on Frankfurt double chance. So this would be my best bet on this game day. We get odds of 1.6 in a draw or Frankfurt win in this game. And yeah, this is a clear bet against Bremen continuing playing like they did against Dortmund in the last minutes.
All right, then double chance for Frankfurt is your safe bet, or the one you are more confident in this match day, and your 𝐿𝐴CCA for this 4th match day?
Yeah, I would combine 2 Asian Handicap 0 games with the double chance of Frankfurt. And I would say Leverkusen is not losing at Mainz. We got odds of 1.75 on Leverkusen with Asian Handicap 0. And I also think Union Berlin should not lose at Schalke. So I would say Asian Handicap 0 on Union Berlin has value with 1.7 in odds. Combining this with the double chance on Frankfurt gives us odds of 4.7. And this is my 𝐿𝐴CCA of the game day.
All right, I like the Asian Handicap 0 actually for the 𝐿𝐴CCA. So if there is a draw, remember that the game doesn't count. It's out of your accumulator, so at least you are not losing it. Thanks, Radek. This is it for this match day. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Remember to press the like and to watching us, of course. Watch us next week. We are back with more Bundesliga. Bye-bye.